What's dangerous is when the universe pick you and you put on the magic glasses. There's rules that go with them. You can never take them off. You never see things as they're supposed to be. You see things as they are. You can never force nobody else to wear them.
I think while I lie awake and contemplate tonight are wearing me out. Well, maybe tomorrow the world will wake and get it right, but I have my doubts, yeah. During the day, well, I design machines of war that scream through the sky. 'Cause I, for one, I like to go to bed free at night under these stars and stripes. And I have my doubts that we're coming out. Yes, I have my doubts, and I have my doubts that we'll make it back out. Yes, I have my doubts, but they'll wind you up and pull the cord until you're spun right out. And I don't understand. Roll the dice and raise the price to feed the machine's mouth. Call it the progress of man. And I have my doubt that we're coming out. Yes, I have my doubt. And I have my doubt that we'll make it back out. I have my doubts, so I'll drink my stuff and raise some hell and shoot my guns to the end of my time. You can have the booze and go to hell and take the guns, but I know they won't be mine. We're coming out. Yes, I have my doubts, and I have my doubts that we'll make it back up. Yes, I have my doubts. So we're all messed up and out of touch. Let's text someone who's in the other room. So don't wonder why we don't say hi or know anyone. I might as well move to the moon. So maybe I'm wrong. Well, I hope that I'm wrong. So maybe I'm wrong. Well, I hope that I'm wrong. Well, the things I think while I lie awake and contemplate at night are wearing me out.
I know you're all thinking, man, that test was way earlier today. Calm down, Mike. And I'm going to tell you bullshit. I saw the amateur radio flashcards. I know all about standing wave ratio. They ain't gonna get me, bro. Nope. The next 72 hours, I am gonna have tinfoil on my head and my nuts, and I am gonna be protected. I am gonna be protected. I am telling you, folks. I am telling you. Man, I got something noisy up over me. Let me take a peek. We had a tanker flying over earlier today. Refueler. No, just a couple of commercial flights going out. All right. Wow. I'll tell you. The internet does not disappoint, does it? Holy cow. I just wanted to spend a little bit and talk on a bit of a realistic level with you, but I'm keeping the damn tinfoil hat on. Because nothing wrong with a little protection. I've got a condom on too. I mean, well, they said two masks. So if I use a condom and tinfoil, the testicular nanobites will stay deactivated. I already watched all the YouTubes. I know all about it. So every time that I point out how silly these channels are, there's a small percentage of people that get upset about it. Why? Why are you upset because your feelings are hurt? Because you don't want to face a reality. How is that my problem? How is that my fault? If I get you to look at something in yourself and you don't like it, that's on you, not me. I do not understand today's society. I do not. I asked this in a YouTube, or I mentioned this in a YouTube comment just a little bit ago on one of the posts I posted. And I'll be damned if every election season they announce who it is that gets into the prospective offices. And there's a whole bunch of us. Definitely including me, that keep asking the question, how in the hell did they, how did they get back in? Who in their right mind would keep voting for these freaks to get back in office? How can you possibly complain about how bad off your state is doing when you consistently elect these people? I'm going to be real damn frank with you folks. Not unsubbing from these lying ass YouTube channels is voting for them. I can't make that any more clear. It's not just being subbed, it's also clicking on the videos. There's this thing called self-accountability and self-discipline. That's actually two things, but they work together. And when you really want to do something, when you really want to better yourself, you will. And that will most likely mean that you're going to have to face some things about yourself that you just don't like. Now, I guess I'm supposed to feel all sorry for people that don't want to look at themselves and accept the facts for what they are. But I have to do it every fucking day. Tough titty. I wake up every damn morning. Yep, I still only got 2 rotted teeth in my fucking head. Yep, that's a reality I get to face every day. That don't change. That don't change. And I'm not saying that because it's just the opposite of a pity party. Nobody gives a fuck, and I'm good with that. Because the simple truth is, it's not anybody else's responsibility. It's mine. And that sucks. The reality of that sucks. Really bad. I've got tons of reality that I get to look at in the face every fucking day that I don't have a chance in hell at doing anything about. I'll come on here and I'll tell you about those things. Why? Because I'm not hiding from a fucking thing. Plain and simple. I'm not going to hide from a fucking thing. I'm not going to back down from anybody. And all for the very same damned reason. I said multiple times that I had given the Father the wheel. I mean it. I damn well mean it. I gave him the wheel. If I'm afraid, and how good is my faith? I ain't a damn bit afraid. I'm excited. I mean that. I mean that. But every day I have to wake up to some very, very unpleasant realities. Sucks I haven't seen my kids since 2014. That bullshit sucks. It sucks that my breathing issues are considerably worse. Something has happened during the last few months. I have no idea what. But there was a considerable change with my breathing. It's not good. I'm going to be honest. I have a sneaky suspicion that I'm on the very, very, very edge of where I'm supposed to be on oxygen. Nothing I can do about it. It's a reality I have to face every day. That's no fun to face, but it is. And I don't know where life, or the lack of, goes from here. I don't know if one day or one night, probably night, I'm going to wake up and choke to death because I can't breathe. I don't know. And I'm not trying to over-dramatize anything. I don't know. Why don't I know? Because I can't go to a fucking doctor and find out. How would you like sitting up in bed at night and having panic attacks because you don't know if you're going to be able to get back up on top of the mucus and the phlegm? So please tell me about how you're so upset because you like somebody's personality on YouTube, and to face the reality that they're fucking liars is just too hard. These gloves are coming off. They're coming completely the fuck off. I mean, it's ridiculous. And I'm not coming down on the viewers of the show, long-time viewers and stuff. You guys know. You guys know. One of the reasons why I do this channel the way I do is because it keeps out the bullshit pretty easily. Because how many people really want truth these days? As far as I can see, people just want to feel good. They want to be told they're right. I don't do that. So when people like Pinball Preparedness want to talk about how few subscribers I've got, there's a damn good reason for that. Not to mention, anybody that gives away free shit all the time is going to get a big channel quick. He's patting himself on the back thinking that it's his political ideologies that's gotten his channel so big so fast. I don't get it. I don't get how you could be that fucking naive. I don't think he is. I just think he's got a line of bullshit so long that he don't even know where it ends. I don't know. I actually didn't have a scolding in mind when I sat down because I've actually got some funny articles. At least I thought I kind of had a bit of a funny night for you, so I apologize for turning the dick on, but sometimes it happens. Sometimes it happens. Let's see. Let me, no, opinion piece. There's a couple headlines up there. Want to make sure to get them. Okay. Interesting. Don't know. We shall get to that. So anyway, I do have well, I wound up with 4 articles up for you. The last one I'm just like, well, the show. Oh yeah, that's right. Before I get into this stuff, I need to finish what I came to talk about. I'm not done yet. I got more dick to turn on, I guess. I don't know. But I do, because I mentioned 3 things in the title. Oh, there's going to be a test. You won't need a tinfoil hat for my test, though. Discernment. I think we've kind of covered that, not so briefly. Discernment is a very important thing. Without it, you fall for anything and everything. And I do believe that I don't need to point out too many examples. Because there's tons. I gotta bring up the damn picture. Discernment is the first one. Survival. Well, I mean, that's kind of a given. We probably don't even need to discuss survival. I think we all kind of understand why we prep. But what I want to focus on is the blank stares. And I've got another damn fine example to use for you. So I do talk about preparedness in my personal life. I will talk to people about preparedness. I'm not stupid. The more people that are prepared, the better off all of us are. So acting like it's some secret club is retarded. But oftentimes, I run into Mr. Second Amendment, and hey, gun rights, one of the most important rights that we have. However, so is common sense. It's not a right. Unfortunately, it's not a right. You're not entitled to it, and you have to work for it. So unfortunately, as the time progresses on, the common sense level wanes less and less because you got to try. And this whole oh, I got distracted and I was thinking the neighbor. Hang on. Ah, damn it. That happens to me. Which is another sign something's up, and I don't know what the hell it is. Because I've never been like this. Never been like this. I mean, it's just like a complete thought. Because, man, not good. Ah, yeah, blank stares. Second Amendment, folks. I can't tell you how many times that I've talked to somebody that's big 2A supporter, got a bunch of firearms, all that, and that's great stuff. But especially if, and I haven't saw the old out of my cold dead hands for a very long time, because I think a lot of people are afraid to say that these days, which is crazy. But I would always inquire when I had the chance. You know, you got plenty of ammunition, firearms, all that stuff. How long could you go without going to the grocery store? Oh, I don't know. We go every few days, pick up a few odds and ends. Nice. 3 days, you're saying. So you got 10 million rounds of ammunition, 20 AR-15s, 72 AK-47, just because, and 3 days of food. You don't see any problem with that? And it's nothing but blank stares. I mean, literally, that is what it's like. What I need people to understand is these supposed prepping YouTube content creators that are supposed to be on an upper tier on helping people. Listen to me. It's real simple here. Literally, somebody is dangling in front of their face the capability to use combustion engines after the collapse of the fuel supply chain. You would think that something might tweak their interest in that. You would think. That is how fucked up the leadership is here on YouTube in preparedness. That is how fucked up it is. I can't tell you the amount of people that I have raised it to. And it's the same thing as the 2A supporters and not having food in their house. These content, and that's because they're not preppers, they're hoarders. Preppers think about the next day. And I know people say, well, yo, I got 7 years of food. What do you expect? What are you going to do after the 7 years of food? Wait for somebody else to save your ass? Nice. So you hide out for 7 years munching on your fucking granola while I bust my nads working on a recovery so you can step out from your fucking granola eating contest and feel entitled while everybody outside suffered and sacrificed and worked their nuts off. Cool story, bro. Because that shit ain't gonna work around me. I'm telling you that right damn now. I'm telling you, there are people, okay, that have been involved in preparedness for a long time that aren't on the YouTubes. Ding! I've worked with a hell of a large group of people for a hell of a long time, and ain't none of them got a fucking YouTube channel. People that actually does this. Not a bunch of fake fucks with iPhones. It's ridiculous, and it's getting old. Literally. Dude, here's a way you can use combustion engine after the failure of the fuel supply chain. I rest my case, Your Honor. I'm sorry, I have a hard time getting past that. I don't know why. It just seems like common sense is completely removed. Completely. They would rather figure out how they're going to come up with the animal-driven implements and the animals and training them and the people and all that good stuff instead of, I don't know, getting off their asses today and preparing for tomorrow. I don't know. You need leaders, folks. You know, one of the most important things about leadership is knowing when you shouldn't lead. Probably one of the most important aspects of leadership. Right? Yeah, I mean, well, and a lot of them do keep the seeds, but it doesn't matter. If they've got 10 lifetimes worth of seeds, it wouldn't matter, because they don't have a way to produce enough food to do any good. And I know there's going to be a lot of people that argue that and say, oh no, but we can. Look, this is what we've worked out. And I'm not saying that they haven't worked out a plan, a method to where their community can work together and just produce enough of the different materials, flour, what have you, to be able to survive. It's all good, as long as everything works as on paper. Right? So you start running into little hiccups here or there, well, that might just screw you out of being able to produce enough. Why are we taking that risk? Why? Why would you unnecessarily take the risk of not being able to produce enough food and watching your loved ones starve to death? When you can maybe, I don't know, learn something about something you're not interested in, and make your life and everybody else's life around you incrementally easier? It's a little mind-blowing to me. It truly is. Truly is. But boy, better pay their damn fees to get in the gate to learn that good information. That must be what it is. You didn't pay enough of the hidden fees at the door. Well, not so hidden, but you didn't pay enough of the door fees in order to get the information on how you could actually survive past whatever your foods. That's what it is. That's what it is. That's what it is. Do you know, speaking of my earlier comment, there is an entire network, prepping network of people. I mean, a big one, a huge one, across an entire country that doesn't use social media of any kind Nada? Nada, nada, nada? I mean, as in, we don't interact with one another on social media? Nada, 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 nada? Nope. Nope. We do a couple websites, yeah. But nada, 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 nada. Not Facebook, not YouTube. There's no YouTube channel, no Facebook groups. You know why? Because to be frank, there's a whole lot of people we don't want in there. So understand that, folks. Understand that what you see on YouTube is but a small amount of the people that are out there doing this. Okay? I am not the only one laughing their ass off at the incompetence. I'm not even close. Not even close. But why I get frustrated with it is because this is life. This is life. And the problem with, as I was saying earlier, being able to produce enough just for your small group of people, that's great. That's dandy, as long as everything on paper works fine and you have no hiccups. Good luck with that. However, and this is something that I really don't think people are really being honest with themselves about. Let's say you got a good, decent-sized community of individuals, prepared individuals. When I'm saying community, I'm not talking about a town. I'm talking about an intentional community of individuals that are well prepared, that are well trained, that are well ready to go. You are going to become an increasingly larger and larger and larger target. Because as people stumble across you and you stumble them down, and I don't know, other people that, may have cared or loved, or I don't know, maybe they owed them money or something, whatever reason they have, maybe they might get a little bit upset at you as well. And let's say there's a little bit of firefight and you guys take out a few more people, they might get one or two of yours, right? And the next thing you know, you got all their family members showing up on your property line, right? And it's just back and forth, and the 28 people you had to be able to produce enough crops and food and raw materials to be able to survive is now down to 8 people. Now what? You done took out 12 of theirs, so their loved ones are coming next, and you're down to 8. Good job. What an accomplishment. Let me look up the chat. Yeah, exactly. You have to know what you're talking about with this stuff. And the only thing that I can think, and honest to God, and I have asked a lot of people about this, it has to be Hollywood. And that's the only damn thing that any of us can come up with. It has to be Hollywood. It truly has to be Hollywood. Because, I get that they copy one another. I get that. I understand that part of it. But where did the initial line of bullshit come from is what I want to know. It had to have come from Hollywood. None of it's rooted in history. None of it. Not how? Insane. I'm not saying that there's never locations on the planet, that there's never situations that happen in those countries, that there isn't just mad crazy shit going on all the time, because it's happening right now as I speak in multiple locations around the planet. But United States ain't one of them. I realize you got a bunch of damn nonsense on the streets in these major metropolitan cities, but I am never told you to go live in a major metropolitan city. I don't want to live anywhere ever any bigger than the damn town I'm in now. No damn way. This has gotten too big for my preference. Hell, I'm kind of partial to 200-300 person towns. If that. It's just makes no sense. I mean, I've done it. It's not that hard. I can't sit here and bullshit anybody and say I'm not good at that stuff. And I'm not trying to toot my horn or anything else. I'm being honest with you. I am really, really good at that kind of stuff. I always have been. But it's not that damn hard. And even all these schmucks that for all this long have been gaslighting this, I'll still be there to pick up the fucking phone to listen, to see if I can help them figure out what's going on with their setup. And yeah, I can do that. They could video or just phone call me, and there's a good chance I can tell by how it sounds what's going on. There are those of us that are that proficient at working with combustion engines. Been doing it since before my age was in double digits, and that's no exaggeration. Before my age was double digits, I knew how to rebuild a lawnmower engine. Knew how to rebuild the rear end on a bicycle. Knew how to re-grease the bearings on the front sprocket bearings on a bicycle. Did all that shit before I even hit 10 years old. So I understand that I've got a good base with this stuff, and it may be really easy for me. But it's not that damned hard. And I want to bring some. I'm not coming down on the guy. It is what it is. Jay Dudley had a video the other day where he was replacing a generator that went bad. And it didn't, I don't know, but it didn't seem like he spent too awful damn much time trying to diagnose the problem. And I'm like, wait a minute here. Because it's not hard. It's not. We just got to slow down, stop, and follow the flow chart, right? Because, well, combustion engines have a flow chart just about like anything else. You need 3 things for a combustion engine to work. You need fuel, you need compression, and you need ignition. 3 things. How hard is it to remember 3 things? So now, let's play a game of multiple choice. Okay? We're going to use those same 3 things. Okay? Fuel, compression, ignition. Whatever order you want them. Does it have compression? Well, I could hear when he was hitting the starter. Yeah, there was plenty of kickback on that starter. Most certainly. Had compression. Check. Do you got ignition? Well, that might require you to have to actually fucking do something now. pull off the spark plug wire, and hey, if you want to save yourself some time, just stick your damn finger on that sumbitch and push that button. But if you want to be a little wiser and not piss your pants, take the spark plug out, put it back on the spark plug wire, make sure the spark plug is well grounded on something like the engine, hit the starter. Does it spark? So we've got compression. We know it's there. And, by the way, he had a fuel problem. I could hear he had a fuel problem. Let's say it had spark. So it had compression, it had spark. It was a 3 multiple choice test, and the only thing left is fuel. Check. Really that easy. I just explained to you how to diagnose a combustion engine. Really is that easy. I mean, it goes, of course, much deeper into the solutions of the issue or whatever, but that's your base diagnosis. You got to see if you got compression, ignition, fuel. As long as you've got, 2 of those, and find out what's going on with the third. Not that hard. Not that hard. But somebody that won't take the time to learn how to do that basic maintenance, let me say that again, that basic maintenance on their own equipment, there's no damn chance in hell that they're going to build a functional gasifier. Why? Because they needed to have been fucking trying a long time ago. So we're here today, we can't help that. I don't expect everybody to know how to fix a car, how to fix a lawnmower, how to do... I don't expect that, folks. But what I do expect is that people will have enough common sense to realize that, oh damn, combustion engines would be nice after the balloon goes up. And it really is that close. But somebody that's never taken the time to even read through their manual good to be able to diagnose their generator, I can't help them. But it's people like that if they'll open their ears to what I am saying now, they could get the proper materials collected, meaning, even just a FEMA gasifier PDF. And when they run into somebody that does know how to diagnose engines and does know how to fix things, hand them that. But if you don't have the information, if you don't have the plans, it doesn't matter who the hell you run into. Crazy. It's crazy. Anyway, let's shift gears. Let's talk about a little bit different area of crazy. Now, be careful. Right now, I think everybody should probably put on, like if you got one of those things from being in a car accident around your neck, to keep your neck from getting whiplash. Because we went from all that bullshit that I just got done speaking to the headline news of the evening. Czech police arrest Ukrainian who put firecracker in wife's vagina, says the media. Wait, what? So, you all be proud to know that your tax dollars are going to fund a country in which the men like putting firecrackers in their wives' vaginas. I'm pretty sure that's not what they meant when they said, you bang her. I'm pretty sure that's not what they meant, bruh. Anyway. Oh my goodness. See, I kept the tinfoil on for a reason, but I'll tell you what, my damn head, can't speak, my head is sweating like a mother. This tinfoil on this hat is definitely reflecting the heat signature off of my cranium. Let's see. I mean, I can't even read that because it would. Oh, man. Oh, wait, no, but the last. Oh, no, the gold is the last article I have for you. Believe me, trust me, believe me, bigly. New York City debuts free abortion kits on demand. I don't know. I really do wish I had an answer for the American people, but I don't. The only answer I see is burn it down. That's the only damn answer I see. Burn it down. I don't see how we can save the joke of the remnants of what's left, which is pretty much following exactly where it's at this point. A joke of a remnant. Crazy. Telling you the last one's a doozy. This one is nonsense. British Lord proposes raising pension age to 75. 75. Is he first? Because that's the question I've got. Is he first? Insane. So what they're saying, you should get a closet full of kits. Yeah, I know, right? But I don't know that he quite looks 75, so I think maybe he should put his ass back to work for a while, don't you? I most certainly think he needs to put his ass back to work, right? And in fact, for coming up with that suggestion and being such a grand patriotic guy, I think you should work to 85 years old. In the mines. Get to snapping, Skippy. I mean, no, it's crazy. It is absolutely mind-blowing. I think it's way too high. And I'm speaking, of course, to the U.S. I mean, some people might not like me for this, but I think retirement, honest to God, I think it should be 55 years old. Not a frickin' day over. Not a frickin' day over. Why? Because if you work until you're 65 or 67 or what the hell do you have left? Golden years my ass. They let you quit working just in time that you can no longer walk? Well, gee, thanks. It's mind-blowing to me what human beings will put up with. And I mean that, human beings. It has nothing to do with the country. It has nothing to do with the political party. No. You break it all down to the lowest common denominator. Human beings. What we will allow. It's mind-blowing. Mind-blowing. I don't get it. I just don't get it. But that's not the biggest part of what I don't get out of today's news. Oh, no. No, this one came out as a notification on my phone this evening. And you know, I had spoke tonight a couple of different occasions about the blank stares. I gotta be honest. I had a blank stare at my phone. I did. A seriously big blank stare at my phone. Now, if you have any other reaction, let me know. Go ahead. Read it. Take your time. Let it soak in. You got a blank stare? Because I totally had a blank stare. Biden administration waives 26 federal laws to allow border wall construction in South Texas. Well, that racist piece of shit. Oh, wait. Wait. That also looks suspiciously like the wall that, I know that's not new wall being built, but that's kind of the wall that Trump was having built. Look, I really do think we need to knock it off with the damn wall stuff. Why? Because walls don't work. I know, it's shocking. Red Team told you they did. But there's these things called tunnels, and there's these things called ladders, and there's these people that come up with plans, and sometimes they use ladders, sometimes they tunnel, sometimes they do all kinds of stuff. Fuck, they'll catapult each other over the some bitch. They don't care. And I know I'm going to be loved for this one. But what you do is you warn people. You tell them, you see that sky up there? Well, along our borders, there are predator drones. And if the predator drone picks you up trying to cross that border, it's going to kill your ass. And I bet you will have border crossings stopped by 99.9999999%. I bet 6 out of 10 dentists to recommend that shit. I mean, when are we going to stop with the games? And while we're talking about games, I got one other game to bring up. I've been ragging about this on the Facebooks today. So what do I see several times? What image do I see several times today on the Facebooks? Some bullshit about domestic violence victims and having a hidden phone, and that they need to make sure that... Okay, whoa, slow down here. So you're a domestic violence victim, and you have a secret phone. Yes. Stop right there. I don't need to know anything more. I don't need to know anything more. Told me everything you need that I need to know that you are an absolute fucking drama queen that's trying to seek attention. Because if anybody would recommend that you stay in a dangerous situation, in a dangerous place, because you've got a fucking hidden phone, please be smarter than that. It's either a dangerous person or it's not. Let's stop with the games. And I know from personal experience how much of it is games, because I've got a really bad knack for picking really shitty women. And I know for a fact of how many times it can be used against somebody and be absolute bullshit. We're talking different women. Now, don't misunderstand me. My wife's got like 12 times on me. I'm serious. While we were married. The system makes it easy. All they got to do is walk through the door and tell a story. They don't have to show any evidence. They don't have nothing. They just got to tell a story. That's all they got to do. It's a simple get out of relationship free card. And if you've got children, all the better. They'll make sure that no matter how much of a shitty person you are, you'll walk free and clear with those children. And they'll help you do everything possible to remove that man from them children's lives. Let's stop with the fucking games. That's all I gotta say on it. Stop with the fucking games. If you're in danger, then you need to fucking get out. Period. End of discussion. No more, no justifications, no bullshit, no. Either you are in danger or you're not. One or the other. Pick one and act on it. Sorry, I saw that I don't know how many times today, and it's like, if that isn't the biggest line of shit. And I know a lot of people going, whatever. My advice for any woman that's afraid of a man, of any man, firearm training and a firearm that you're comfortable with. Don't let somebody tell you what firearm to get. You find somebody that will take you with the attitude of, I want you to hold as many of them in your hand as possible until you feel the one that says, okay, that's it. That is my glove. Don't just run in there because such and such said you gotta get this Glock or that Glock or this or that. No. Get a weapon you're comfortable with in multiple ways. Get training. Don't be a victim. The problem is the majority of the people that are claiming this stuff, they're not real victims. It is what it is. I've had that shit used on me so many fucking times, I'm not. Nope. I don't give a shit what people got to think about my attitude on it. You know the one thing I do that pisses women off the most? I won't argue. Truly, that's what it is. I just don't like raising my voice at people. I don't like them raising it at me. I don't know how many times I've been claimed to be some violent monster, when the reality is I never even wanted to argue. You know? But that's why I have the attitude that I do on that particular subject. I'll get off my soapbox. Alright, got the headlines starting from this morning. A NATO member calls for security umbrella to cover Ukraine. A teen detained after deadly shooting spree in Bangkok Mall. And I was kind of having a hard time trying to figure out which, because there was, I think there was last night. I think when we went to bed, I think there was a shooting that happened last night somewhere, and I can't remember where, if that was the Maryland one. I don't know, there was one in Maryland. I don't remember if that was last night or if that was today. I don't know. But the thing of it is a lot of these that are being cast in the national light, so to speak. A lot of them are like the drug-related, the crime-related, stuff like that, which normally doesn't make news as like a mass shooting, you know what I mean? But that's, the way they do it now, because trying to make everybody, I guess, fear it. I don't know. Let's see. Ukrainian commando raid on Crimea repelled, says Moscow. Russia to make it harder for foreign companies to leave, says Izvestia. Russia not complying with Western oil price cap, says Deputy PM. South Korea warns North about end of regime. EU states sued for stopping ship deliveries to Russia. Ukraine could reap $200 billion EU bonanza, says Financial Times. Activists calls on Berlin to stop arms shipments to Ukraine. Canada apologizes for honoring deceased Nazi veterans, says media. UK asks European countries to take its criminals, says the Times. Germany faces grim long-term economic future, says expert. Europeans face €13 monthly Facebook charge, says Wall Street Journal. I saw that headline today, and I'm like, oh, well, there goes me calling everybody a dumbass for talking about how Facebook's going to start charging. That might actually happen for the Europeans, and I'm gonna be honest. I wouldn't be too shocked if it didn't wind up happening for everybody. To be honest, we are, I think, reaching that point in time to where I could see Facebook all of a sudden saying, "Oh, well, we're gonna be a subscription service," even if that was, $8 a month or whatever, EU won't protect journalists from government spying, says activists. U.S. to plunge East Asia into growth reduction, says Financial Times. FSB reveals goals of Ukrainian commando raid on Crimea. British Lord proposes raising pension age to 75. Ukrainian officials worried cash will dry up, says Wall Street Journal. Well, that might be because all the other nations are saying that they're pretty much, they ain't got no more. Azerbaijan to shun EU-hosted talks with Armenia, says the media. UK police raid home of opposition politician. Russian drone destroys U.S.-supplied armor. World Aquatics suspends trans category due to lack of interest. Imagine that. Russian oil exports jumped 24% in just a week, says Bloomberg. Saudi Arabia and Russia extend oil supply cuts. Agreeing with RT is playing into Putin's hands, says Hillary Clinton. New York City debuts... Oh, I covered that. USA to send Iranian weapons to Ukraine, says media. NATO website calls for nuclear war preparation. Oh, I actually did that in a report earlier. Let's see, Zelensky's wife. Oh, and this article, I'll try it again, but it was like 404 in me a while ago. Yeah. So I'm just going to go ahead and say it. I actually posted this on my personal Facebook, not the link, because Facebook's Nazis and they won't, let RT links work. So I posted a screenshot. However, I have a feeling that the article has been found out to be untrue because it's not on RT anymore. Supposedly, Zelensky's wife dropped $1.1 million on Cartier shopping spree. So I am assuming that they found out that information was incorrect. I assume. Office purge follows ouster of U.S. House Speaker. Russian scientist wins Nobel Prize. EU expansion, a geopolitical imperative, says member states president. Let's see. AFD leader hospitalized after alleged attack. Ukraine, very cheap way to fight Russia, says NATO minister. And the last thing here is Britain unveils plan to eliminate smoking from the population. Well, I'm pretty sure austerity is going to do that for you. But we'll see what you have to say. It says British government plans to completely phase out smoking in young people as early as 2040 and eventually eliminate the habit nationwide. The proposal, announced by Prime Minister Rishi Sunak on Wednesday, would make it illegal to sell tobacco products to people born on or after July 1st, 2009. With the aim of creating the first smoke-free generation, without a significant change, thousands of children would start smoking in the coming years and have their lives cut short as a result, Sunak said in a speech at the Tory conference in Manchester on Wednesday. I want to build a better and brighter future for our children, so that's why I want to stamp out smoking for good, the PM said, adding that the proposed measures would mean our kids will never be able to buy a cigarette. Well, I don't know, Chief. I don't want my kids to smoke. I really don't want my kids to smoke. I don't want them to smoke. I don't want them to vape. I damn sure don't want them to drink alcohol. I will openly say I don't care if they smoke weed. It wouldn't faze me. Really, honestly, wouldn't faze me. But, yeah, I wouldn't want them drinking alcohol. I surely don't want them being addicted to nicotine. But at the same damn time, where do they stop becoming an individual? Where is that line? Because I think that goes far beyond. And do I wish that I would have never picked up smoking? Yeah. Do I think that it's the government's job to make sure that didn't happen? No. Because there's a whole damn lot of government decisions that I don't agree with. So if we start giving them permission to do crazy shit that we do agree with, then they're going to take those same permissions to do stuff that we don't agree with. That's the problem with this whole two-party thing, with people whittling away the rights of the other. We can't go up if we're too busy driving down. Anyway, that is what's going on in the world. And I think I'm good till tomorrow. I do want to remind folks that Friday, I have a feeling is going to be a very, very good VR show. I do promise tomorrow, and I know I actually made the promise last week, and I didn't keep up on it, and I apologize for that. Tomorrow, you will be getting a video with the link and all the information. It's the same link. So any video that I've made talking about the VR news broadcast at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time on Friday, any of those links, any of those videos, the link's the same link. So feel free to join. You don't have to have a VR headset. You can use tablet, phone. You just use your browser on your PC, whatever. So you do not have to have a VR headset. Okay. I can't think of anything else. I think that pretty well covers it. I'm gonna get the heck out of here, and God willing, we'll be back tomorrow. We'll do it again. So I appreciate y'all coming, putting up with my nonsense, and Lord knows it's a lot of nonsense. And God willing, I'll be back tomorrow to bring more of that nonsense to you. I hope to see you then. So as always, God bless you. We love you. Be one with your spirit. And shalom.